Okay, today we're going to talk about the kit lens and how to get the best bokeh with the kit lens that you got. Now, a lot of people don't like the kit lens because it's a kit lens, right? They don't like it because it's a kit lens. But not only that, it's because the aperture is not a fixed aperture. It's not a low fixed aperture like a 2.8 or 2.0, 1.8. A kit lens is usually a variable aperture like this one right here is my Nikon 18 to 105 kit lens. It is a variable aperture with 3.5 to 5.6, meaning when you zoom in to 105 millimeters, the lowest aperture you can shoot is 5.6. And when you zoom out, the lowest aperture at 18 millimeters, the lowest aperture you can get is 3.5. Now, as you zoom in, that aperture goes from 3.5 to 5.6 at certain millimeters. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you can't shoot in low light. All right, we're not here to discuss how the kit lens shoot in low light, but we're here to discuss how to get the greatest bokeh from your kit lens. And a lot of people don't like the kit lens because it shoots no bokeh. But there is a trick. It applies to all lenses, but you want to make sure that you use these techniques with the kit lens so you can really push as much bokeh as you can get out of the lens. And when I mean bokeh, I mean the background being compressed and you get that buttery, silky, smoothie background. And you can get that with a 2.8 lens or lower, and even with this lens, and I'm going to show you. So one of the first things you need to do is when you're trying to get the greatest bokeh, what we're going to use this sign right here as my subject. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to zoom in. I got it on 105 millimeters, and you want to keep it there because that is the focal length that's going to help compress that background. Okay, number two, you want to set your aperture to the lowest possible setting. Now with the kit lens, okay, now with the lens zoomed all the way to 105, the best we can do with the aperture is 5.6. So the best thing to do is set your camera to aperture priority, and then just dial down the aperture as low as it goes. And then that will give you the setting, that will give you the lowest setting for the right millimeter and the correct exposure at the same time, right? Okay, so I'm at 105 and I'm gonna move my aperture down. I'm in aperture priority. I'm gonna move my aperture down to the lowest setting possible, and that is 5.6. And that's terrible for low light shooting, but we're just gonna try to get the most bokeh out of this, right? Okay, so 105, 5.6. And the last step, what you wanna do is you wanna get as close as you can to your subject where you like the framing of it. So I'm gonna try to shoot this whole sign, and I'm gonna get as close as I can and keep that whole sign in the frame. So let's give it a shot. Okay, get really close. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Okay, that's beautiful right there. That is good bokeh. Now let me tell you another trick that I forgot to say. That you want the background as far away from the subject as possible. So therefore, you want to be as close to your subject with the camera to subject, and then behind the subject, the background, you want it as far away as you can possibly get it. And that will get you the most bokeh out of the lens. Now, the closer that background is, the less bokeh you're gonna have. The farther that background is away, the more bokeh you're gonna have. I'm gonna shoot this sign going this way because the background seems to be further, and let me see how much bokeh I can get on that shot. See it right here. My mic's not cooperating. Right. Now you can see on the second shot where the background is even further, I got even more bokeh out of the lens. And the other shot where you can see the background right here, I got the bokeh, but not as much as shooting that way where the background is way back there. So here's my 3 steps again, 4 steps. Number 1, zoom all the way out. 105 millimeters is this lens. If you got a 18 to 55, zoom it out to 55. Number 2, lower your aperture. Open that aperture up to the lowest number possible. So therefore, to help do that, put your camera in aperture priority mode and lower your aperture down. With this is 5.6. It goes all the way down, doesn't go no lower than 5.6. Number 3, get as close as you can to your subject. The closer you can, the closer you are, the more compressed the background will be. So get as close as you can to the subject and keep your framing, the framing that you like, but being as close as you can. Number 4, make sure the background is as far away as you can get it. The farther away that background is from your subject, the more bokeh you're gonna have. And then that's the key to pushing the bokeh out of these kit lenses. And let me tell you something, you are going to love it. On a bright sunny day like this, the kit lens is a great lens. It's a fantastic lens. And I will shoot with this kit lens knowing if I don't need an aperture lower than 5.6, you know, I'm gonna man this, man. This is a great lens. It shoots really sharp. It even has VR. So I'm not knocking the kit lens. The only thing that just sucks with low light, because the aperture doesn't open all the way. So if you need to shoot in low light with the kit lens, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna need flashes. You're gonna need maybe a better camera body so you can raise that ISO. More sunlight, you name it, you just need more light on the scene. So we're here to discuss bokeh. This is a great lens for bokeh. Go out and put your kit lens on and shoot. Shoot the best bokeh you can. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna shoot my camera. I'm just looking at, because the background is way back there. Let me shoot this camera and show you this. Boom. Oh, look at that. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love the kit lens when shooting bokeh. You just gotta know what to do. So take these tips, go out there and practice and do what you need to do. If you have any questions, please comment down below. We could talk about it. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate all my subscribers. We're coming to the end of the year. I think I just busted I wish I could say 4,000, 400 subscribers, 400 subscribers, and I appreciate all of them. It's not many, but I appreciate every single one of them. Thank you for watching this video. EMIP out.